And we did it again. We did it again. In terms of the mic, my microphone button has a mind of its own. Very interesting, very interesting. For some reason, I use OBS streams. It likes to literally turn my microphone off. I will turn it on. I will start the stream. It likes to turn my microphone off. It may be Rode. It may be OBS. What I was talking about real quickly on NVIDIA, while we have 5 minutes to discuss. I said kind of a shotgun style stream. Let's talk about NVIDIA very quickly. Let's dig into it, and I'll speak about the same thing very quickly in consolidated form. Apologies. It's just OBS Studio. In line with the specific Rode microphones. Looking at a level of support, we are retesting this level. It is a pickup level, but mind one thing on NVIDIA. Holding this with a flat bottom ascending level of resistance, this specific broadening top formation would be a spectacular move. It would be literally spectacular for NVIDIA to engage in such, and if you're looking to move to the upside here based on this specific broadening top formation, I will tell you, you will have a later opportunity to participate in that pattern, which should have a significant upside target. So bulls on the brink at close, note, it will take a spectacular, that would be a spectacular move given the fact of what on NVIDIA. This is important. Level of resistance carried down to the level of support here. Boom. Okay, we've broken through that level of support, that channel formation. Guys, we've capitulated beyond that. So to the extent that you are, guys, involved here and you're looking at entering a trade in through tomorrow, I would let you know that it would be a nice open tomorrow to trade, given the downward pressure. If you've been waiting for this level, if you have orders that are just in, I'll tell you, we are in a unique circumstance because on the 4 hourly, we have right now, we're measuring it about 15% to the downside. About 15% to the downside, over 15%, since our RSI MACD stochastic line on the 4 hourly went bare. So we don't have a bullish indication yet. If you want to catch the knife, if you want to operate at a level of support, do so as you see fit. It's a catchy, guys, it is a level of support, bottom line. If you want to buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns and hit your targets. You guys got it. You're near a level of support. You may push a bit further down. In terms of the details, we can catch that pattern on the way up. I'm certain of that if we traject to the way up. In terms of Tesla, let's talk about Tesla real quickly. Hope you guys are doing well. Sorry about the audio to get going. This is London, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, non-financial advice. What did we get? I got about 2 minutes till close of New York. In terms of the specifics, 12 days ago, while we were breaking out on Tesla, what did I let you know? Be prepared. Where? Here. Boom. Did you hit it? I hope you hit it. 12 days ago, when everyone's looking nothing but north, right? What do we look at when we have a breakout? We say, well, that's fine. Everybody's pointing up. Let's reposition ourselves where? Lower, right where we hit today. Boom, right here. Bam. This is the price action on the specific, what is this, the 15-minute time frame. This hit you got today was precisely the retest of the neckline. I'm excited about it. Note it took 12 days to get back to that level. Did you have orders waiting? I tell you, sophisticated, mature level trader who's looking at everyone pile into the upside. In terms of the featured neckline retest, boom, boom. Nice hit today. That was yours for the taking. We've been talking about it since 12 days ago. A little bit lengthy time there, but let's just measure. In terms of the move to the upside, let's say on the wicks, I do believe we had a bit near, let's talk about this, yeah, over 2%, 2.46% achievable. Nice hit in and around that 1.5, 1.75 was very doable. Retest now. We had an original test of that neckline, which traded. It was a good trade. And a retest of that neckline. I would say it is in an equivalently precarious carryover trade for tomorrow. If you were to say, well, we're on support, let's just hammer in for tomorrow. Guys, in terms of that, I would just encourage you to really go for the moves that you really are well positioned for, i.e. the 4 hourly. Okay, that 4 hourly was a nice short level, okay, on Tesla in terms of a short. Boom, right into our cap line, RSI, stochastic, and MACD. That was a sweet, sweet move, right? So in terms of the details, I want to see if we are pre-positioned. Yes, this has my attention, of course, on the 4 hourly potential downside target as well to that lower band. Okay, there we go. New York is closed. Hope you guys booked some trades. I know you did in the back. Congratulations on the retest of the neckline on NVIDIA or on Tesla. Congratulations on the pickup on the 4-hourly. Congratulations on the open today. One of the best opens for bulls. You got it. One of the best opens for bulls without a doubt. Why was that? Flash trade. It was very, very nice. Apologies again for the specific microphone issue. My fault. There we go. Mike, we got it. Thanks, Venus. Thank you, Venus. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Thank you, Venus, and bam. I appreciate help on the mic. It's just odd. There's a function here where I push start streaming and the microphone is off the screen and it just goes blank. So it will shuffle to the bottom here and it will show as it's on, but when I scroll down, it is off. So it is maybe an interference with Rode microphone, etc. So as we look at and pause a little bit, okay, in terms of a precarious mode, potentially, we've got a downside target on the 4-hourly. The whole world is looking at that. You guys know that. In terms of that green byline, it'll be a nice open tomorrow. We really, I just want to highlight and re-highlight the specific open today, the opportunity it provided to trade. Very nicely done. If you traded, congratulations. We have several lines on NVIDIA that just will not give up for bears. You know that. There are several lines that just won't give up for bears. And again, kind of a precarious pickup. It is a level of support. So I don't want to knock a level of support and say, hey, well, you shouldn't, this is the issue. When you get into calling the next day, and this will occur, but if and to the extent that we are successful day 1, successful day 2, successful day 3, and what? If you're not really, guys, disciplined about your level of involvement, you'll have Johnny come lately show up in the market. Johnny come lately will multiply his money by 3 or 4 the first day. He'll multiply his money by 4 or 5 the second day. Then Johnny comes lately. Johnny hasn't read any, whoever Johnny may be out there, Johnny hasn't read any of his New York Institute of Finance. Johnny thinks this is the best thing in the world. Johnny all of a sudden has, who knows, $78,000 on writing on the third day, right? Johnny's tuned in to our stream for 3 days, whoever Johnny may be. But you know how it goes, right? Johnny has no clue. Johnny gets wiped out. Johnny decides to not only, and the problem was Johnny decided to not only put $78,000 on the direction of the next call for the next day, but Johnny went out and borrowed another $150,000, right? I can tell Johnny, you need a broker. This is not financial advice, but Johnny just broke the bank, right? So in terms of that, if we have clear sailing on a pattern, right? If there are clear dynamics, everything's heading to the upside. This is a level of support on NVIDIA. And in terms of that, I would expect interaction at this level, all things being equal. What's not equal right now? We have a little bit of an issue with some momentum. We have a little bit of an issue with RSI and stochastic. We have a little bit of an issue being deeply dug in on the 4-hourly deep. Okay, a volatility level of -2, okay? If I go to the specific, let's say that's I want to change this to 4-hour real quickly. Appreciate your patience on open yet again. And guys, we're just kind of discussing here on the, now this is the weekly, okay? The weekly is set underneath. I want to go on the daily. I'm going to scoot that over just a bit. So we have met target on the weekly, on the daily rather. Let me move my weekly, chart over. This is one of the things I don't like about the number of time frames that I enjoy looking at. Just if you ever see me kind of pushing through, it's why I have side screens open. I like the specific lower end time frames, and you guys go through this as well, the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, right? Then the 30 minute, I typically like. I'm already at 5. I've got 8 screens here, right? So I've got other screens positioned, but to communicate it all here, I wind up dropping the weekly and I wind up dropping the monthly off of this chart, and I like to have those in front of me. So my screen that I'm looking at actually takes up more than what I can share with you. So I'm kind of placing some of the time frames back into the equation. So apologies for that. And as you work on your own, screens there, I know that you run into some issues as well. This is the key question here as we're pushing down into that 20 moving average on the weekly time frame. Big deal. Daily is important. We hit the target to the downside. That was nice. We spoke about that target. All we can say is we're at a level of support. And yes, this specific red cap line, that tells us what? That tells us that MACD, RSI, and stochastic are firmly in control of guys by the bears. That's just the bottom line. The bears have taken control of NVDA. We can't really argue with that. Stochastic RSI and MACD are literally, they just got it, they've got it by the neck, guys. The bears have it by the neck. So in terms of that, there's always the support dynamic that can come into play. And in terms of hitting into that, I would just say, as you hit into that, let's see how the open goes. Let's see if you're looking at some larger dynamics in play here. There's nothing wrong with a low to high as well. And we may have a bit of a variable Fibonacci level, depending upon whether or not we're going to look at the specific pivot initiation here or the pivot initiation here. If we draw back lower here, we're at the 23.6. If we're a bit more elevated and we start to work, and I notice the specific patterning in play as we're working up these Fibonacci's and this curl into this golden pocket at this higher level, okay? Either way that you look at it, we're very close to an approximate hit on that 23.6. I know that you guys and gals have worked through these details, and that you're looking forward to some possible really nice entries on NVIDIA. To the extent that the NASDAQ plays into this, let's visit the problem here. Okay, we like 23.6. We like pickups. We like guys, we like we love our 23.6 on the macro. We love our prior pivots and our specific levels of support. We're not huge fans of what you're looking at on the NASDAQ, period. So to the extent that you could figure this into your trading strategy, it's a hit on support on a close of the day on a descending triangle with a potential topping formation. And we know that this is where we become interested in the equation. Bottom line, based upon the probabilities, we get excited about this. And this is the tech sector index, guys, the leading index, tech sector, USA, the NASDAQ. We don't care much about the S&P. We don't care much about, because we trade crypto, right, quite a bit, and AI stocks. I guess they got us into it with the crypto and AI kind of crossover, et cetera, the tech features. Looking at support, head and shoulders, sure. Descending triangle, oh yeah. Where do bulls get interested in this? Down here. So we're interested here, right? We're definitely interested if we have a short here, right? But on a carryover trade to the next day of an entry on support of a descending triangle, it's just a little bit higher risk than if you don't guys want to really risk capital. It's a little bit riskier, particularly than, let's say, a short from the top. Pattern dynamics would suggest this would break to the downside. So you're managing your risk well. If you're in a short, you're able to give back some of the profit potentially. This is just a rough area to charge into long. You guys get it. It's either a neckline or this bottom line support of the descending triangle. And we talked about this opportunity it would present for us if we could get this down and out. And we should see some correlation between this NASDAQ chart and Tesla and NVIDIA, okay? There's been a lot of synchronicity between these AI stocks and the tech sector, guys, in terms of the index overall, the NASDAQ. So that's been one of the complaints. It's not a broad-based rally. Well, these AI stocks have really been leading the charge. So we see a good level of correlation there for the most part. Let's dig into, so we're where we want to be, right? We're where we want to be. We really want to be down in here, below this. Given the fact that we're outside of the bullish channel framework, we like to try and blackjack this move. Double bottom, single pass through, and boom. That's it. We'd like to do that. That's what we want to do on the record. So in terms of, let's go through, let me unwind this for just a moment. And let's go into, so the 23.6, yeah, I know that you know too. It's like, well, the 23.6 is staring at us in the face. How do we not play into the 23.6? Just you see the complication in terms of support hit into the NASDAQ on that descending triangle. I'm just looking for tomorrow's open to present us with at least an equivalent opportunity to trade that we had today. That was sweet. That was nice. That was quick action. Loved it. Let's take a look. Have we budged? Not much. It's been a while here. Have we budged on Bitcoin? We've been at our cap line, budged a little bit, right? It was the same on Tesla, wasn't it? It really was on Tesla. Where were we at on Tesla? Or let's say, let me look at Tesla. Let me look at NVIDIA real quickly. Let me square back around into this specific. We were literally, it was a half kind of a idle or throttle back into the positions we had today with really Tesla. I would say Tesla provided us the best hit of the day of the assets that we discuss. The specific level of resistance, that neckline, that revisit, that was a decent hit. I think you guys will agree. That's not a bad hit. In terms of that move, at least we were able to project it ahead of time. And the dynamic that you ran into was the preceding level of support flip to bone resistance. That's a nice confirmation. So let's find some additional patterning here tomorrow, see where we're at. We did catch this in the back. It was nice if you guys participated with that. Way to go, way to trade. I know you did, without a doubt. Looking at that, threw us a nice ascending triangulation. Nothing too difficult about it. Nothing too bad, just a little bit of a wait and see. And we're just shrouded underneath the specific cap line right now. You see that multiple hits engage on the 15-minute. The 5-minute has been kind of a nice indicator today to work with in terms of flipping to the upside, then to the downside. This really was the key focal, that cap line, RSI, stochastic, and MACD representation that the bears were in charge. So that after the breakout, it was a nice small move. We did not get the equivalent move on NVDA. You guys know that. NVIDIA underperformed yet again. We have downside targets, that level of support that I directed everyone to in terms of that, the equivalent prior pivot to the left. You guys know. And it'd be a phenomenal, you guys know it would be fantastic in terms of the potential for this pattern to play out. You have to appreciate what the bulls could do. It is not a foregone conclusion by any stretch of the imagination. To forecast and project into what this move would be, you have to understand, if this specific move were to, and it just moved forward for us there. Hold on one second. If this move were to represent something along the lines of, and now you got it, guys. If this move were to provide us an opportunity, you betcha, just looking at projection here, let's just take a conservative projection here to the upside. We could be looking at a really, really phenomenal gain from here. Just saying. Looking at this, you could be looking at a 50 to 60, 61% move, depending upon how long it might take for that to occur. That would be phenomenal. You got it. So when we're looking at something like that, if I say it would be spectacular, you're looking at let's say conservatively a 40% move, 50, 60% move. Not bad. So that's also tied in with market cap, some other issues as you would look at, how hard can she run to the upside? Strong earnings previously, two multiple occasions, we'll just say multiple occasions, one just blowout earnings, but recent earnings went quite well. And I suppose that we can blame this a bit on Powell, on the Fed, without a doubt. We can. What was it? The notion that the rate cuts next year, that there would be fewer rate cuts next year. Heard that on CNBC, Bloomberg, etc. Please help me double check that. Okay, let's cross check that. But less rate cuts next year. A bit more of a hit to the market with saying, well, we're going to have fewer rate cuts next year. Okay, higher for longer, and now is kind of the mantra going in the market now. But fewer cuts next year. That's significant. Okay, so first time we're visiting this level in the 23.6. You see how phenomenal of a pattern this would be. I'll post it in the back with the exact probabilities. And like I say, if we are to, this is probably the primary reason in terms of this patterning formation that I was a little bit gun shy on this in terms of just a nice level of support. I'll always tell you, buy at support. You guys got it. Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. I'll always tell you that. Okay. But in terms of the specifics, I would just say it's the type of pattern, if and to the extent we get a good opportunity to throttle back up through to resistance, that we will have plenty and ample opportunity to get involved in. I think we all agree. Without a doubt, we all agree. You like to get it low. I know you like to get it low. We will try and take some focus off of this lower gap fill in and around that 317. We'll try and really remove the focus from that lower gap that could be filled, right? That's on the map as we were to look at the trade day. Let's go back through Bitcoin quickly. Bitcoin has essentially proven why we look at the volatility Okay, why we're hunting volatility the majority of the time. Bitcoin is a great asset to look at that we trade for the specific reason that it is highly volatile. What do we focus on? Expanding volatility. This is what we ran into and signed over the specific pattern to the VIP this morning. And let's take a look at what occurred with the pickup on support. This is the lower time frame, 3 minute. You guys got it, right? Where do we want to be a part of this expanding volatility? Let me move this one up here. We want to be involved along the level of support. The benefit is if you're long in this pattern, you're geared towards being long across, guys, along this specific descending line of support. It encourages you to be long from lower. You got it. So that's one of the dynamics we like. In addition, we appreciate very much the opportunity to accomplish a move back through into resistance. Not that this will not bust. I say trade a lot of them. If you're trading them, you start to understand, but we broke out and we capitulated. Phenomenal. That means you're trading them. That means you're going to learn what volatility is and how it expands and how it frustrates and busts and where after a bust your next best pickup is. Lower. You got it. You're never going to lose the focus on this specific entirety here. Let's say the value move here on the drop there. That is where we like to place. If it rifles down, boom. Orders are waiting along this lower line. You can imagine someone who is used to trading breakouts across the top and can't help every time price goes up and can't help every breakout, has to click. And training somehow into the equation the fact that, wait, you need to place orders along this line. Just look at the line, how much lower it goes. You know how beneficial that is. Instead of always placing in market orders on breakout. No. So what we're looking for is the dynamic, and that's of such a huge benefit it cannot be understated. You know that. This was here already, that expansion across the top. What wasn't there? The drop. Boom, to the level of support. All right, so this is here right now. Where are orders? Where are they? They are piled up along support. So for the traders who is used to and accustomed to just trading higher on breakout, this is a lifesaver, right? Really, it requires and it really encourages that lower value involvement, lower level involvement that you just can't really wrap around someone's skill set necessarily. So that's part of the reason that we focus on them. But it's not just the lower grab. It's what? It's the return to resistance that we really look for. That predictability in terms of the volatility equation from support to resistance. And it's never Loctite, solid 100% certain. It's not. We just appreciate an opportunity to get involved lower, as in here, and to at least get up to the level of resistance, right? So the double-edged sword on this is what? As we look at Bitcoin on the 3 minute, which did play out. This was the status this morning, right in here, and talking about it. And you know, me saying, well, if you just find this winding up and gravitating up towards the level of resistance, you guys know that. We had the discussion this morning. You see it now. The issue would be the following. The issue is if this can drop, it becomes a better equation. Okay, if it can drop, it becomes a better equation because your distance from here to there, your move there, boom, would be replaced by a potential move, let's say here, boom. So let's measure, let's compare in terms of if we can get the additional expanding volatility, which is why we trade Bitcoin. It just is. So the traders right now, the bulls included, who just participated along support, right now are deciding whether or not to push up price. And why would that be? Because if we get the drop, look at the recovery to resistance. If we continue to participate in the volatility equation put before us, we can make more money from the lower entry, if indeed we can get back to that level of resistance. And the probabilities are what we like and what we appreciate. So there involved is the dynamic of a 2.59% move. If we were to structure in a move back from this level of support to resistance, and we could go sideways a bit, note it. So let's approximate a 2.59% move versus a 1% move. Time is money. You get it. At some point, it's like, well, we have this money now. We can break out. We have the targets to the upside now. It's just if you can get to the point where you're also catching some of the drops here in this volatility, because one of the bulls will look up always, right? Or most of the bulls will look up always. There are some bears that look at these as attractively as the bulls are looking at them to capture the specific level of support. They want to participate in a volatility function from a level of resistance. And as they trade, the bears literally will look at this and say, well, we have a volatility function here. Can we push this down to support? Can I get involved from a level of resistance across the top with the rest of the bears and push this down for the bulls down to that level of support or past the level of support, right? So when you can trade enough of these to where you are lined out mentally and you can look at the opportunities on both sides of the equation, and it's hard to hit a home run every time at bat. Without a doubt, it is hard to hit a home run every time at bat. You know this. Some the umpire is going to do something. Something's going to happen. Something's going to go crazy in the ballpark. It's hard to do it every time. With that said, understand that as you are excited about the potential to move to the upside here, there's plenty of excitement to try and move, boom, back to that level of support. So balance that equation. Again, we went over this morning. If you're not shorting at all, get into a short. Start to see the market a little bit from that side of the equation, okay? From that perspective, wanting to go to the downside. If you don't long at all and you're just stuck in your shorts all day long, guys, in terms of your positions, force yourself to pick up lower, right? Along, lower. In terms of the details, this is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Phenomenal action today. The ultimate question here, as we're looking, and I just like the open. For me, the first 5 seconds, 10 seconds of open, best day, perfect day. I love it. I want you guys to get excited about the open like that. And as you see the opportunity feed into your ability to operate in the market, you're just going to love it. Look at the level of support here. This is the ultimate question. Revisit of that preceding level of prior support to flip to resistance or potential, what we would call the blackjack move, up and out and over. So there's a lot of interest, obviously, at this level, in addition to this profit equation. And I'll always call this a profit equation, okay? Increasing volatility, a profit equation. The measurement of the move from here to here, and then the measurement of the move lower from here to here is your profit equation, what I refer to as your profit equation, okay? And knowing that you could have, if you were just unidirectionally looking, some exposure here along, and it would be mitigated by the specific level of your exposure and your likely move from here to here as a part of this expansion, this volatility expansion. That reduced exposure at a higher level with a lower, I'd say a lower overall amplitude or move, with a higher level of exposure, potentially lower, okay, with a higher potential move or a stronger potential move, that turns into your profitability equation, your profit equation, right? Your level of exposure, the degree of your anticipated move, you got it, okay? Everybody wants to point, shoot, and go one direction. That's it. Really, it's not a matter of, it's more oftentimes a matter, as you know, of involvement. Huh? It is. Being ready to catch a surprise move in the market. The market will, as a matter of fact, surprise even the best of them. I promise, and you know this, to the extent that you get fluent enough on your time frames and your patterns, and you get fluent enough and lined out well enough to where you're operating literally just every time at bat you're getting a base hit. It's a double, it's another double, it's a triple, it's another triple, it's a double. That comes with an extreme amount of volume. The player at the plate who is hitting the ball like that hits all day long. He makes it look easy. Yeah? The guy's going out having fun on the weekends. The guy's doing all this other stuff and messing around. And they look at him. He's like, he's always at the plate. He's always, pardon me. He's always, hammering the ball. So in terms of that, I'm going to encourage you, if you've put in, say, 200, 300, 400 trades as part of your training, that's great. It's a great start. If you've put in 2,000 or 3,000 trades, that's better. That's better. If you've put in 20,000 or 30,000 trades, you know that when we talk, we are literally just having a discussion. It's not about teaching. It's not about mentor. It's not about anything. It's literally like, no, this is it. This is what we do. We trade, right? So if you're at that 20 to 30,000 mark, congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. They'll go by quickly. And you'll know what I mean when I talk about a profit equation. So nice to see overall for Bitcoin participate in that volatility equation that we look for, that we hunt. We hunt them, you guys know. And in terms of this is kind of the catchy area here. Let's dig into the details in the back about a 1% move on Bitcoin. And we're at a precarious position. Should be an awesome open tomorrow. What do you think? Yeah, let's dig into it. Let's hit it. Let's see what if NVIDIA can give us a bit of a quiet open. It's going to be interesting. Guys, this is good stuff with the NASDAQ. Look at this. Look at this. That's NVIDIA. Look at it, guys. We wanted this. We got it. I hate to say that we wanted it, but I mean, we did forecast it and we've been projecting into it. Our indicator caught the short, etc. What I'll say is this. I'm just excited that we have some trade opportunities in front of us. Be prepared for the drop to participate in it. This is just a big moment for anyone who's trading, technically, who's looking at the AI boom. This is just a nice setup. This is why we're in the market. It's challenging. It's nice. This is right here, the key focal. If you're going to have a card up your sleeve at the poker game, okay? Sitting down to play poker with everybody in the market and you got a card up your sleeve, that's not allowed. You know that, huh? That's not allowed unless it's like you just happen to know a little something taught you a little trick, right? This specific pattern dynamic here. Where are the bulls? If they're not here, okay, if they're not along the top, you know this. If they're not here, they don't show up. And again, do not watch the Armageddon. Don't do it. Do not expose yourself. I don't care if it's on Bloomberg. I don't care if it's on CNBC. And you get into the Armageddon talk, forget about it. Forget about it, okay? We don't need Armageddon talk, all right? You don't need to be sensationalized emotionally to freak you out to where you cannot participate in the own technicals rationally that you're drawing on your screen. Anything that diverts you from that, get refocused. This is real money. Get real focused on this. Get refocused on this. It's not you know this. If you're trading and taking it seriously, this is not a game at all. This is not a showboat, style, even, I won't mention the names of commentators. But it's not. It's not. This is a real participation. This is a real market. And this is a real nice technical moment. And you have the best level of answers from your experience. I know you do, because I know you, okay? You have the best level of experience in terms of the answer and levels of participation. As the market comes at you, you will arrive and you'll have trades, right? You will. You'll wake up, you'll see a pattern, you'll have a trade. Okay, let's get there tomorrow and appreciate what a great moment this is in the market. This is good stuff, without a doubt. Hi, good evening, VIP, and good evening, Venus. Nice to see you in the mix. Let's see if I can put some power in there. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So appreciate what this is in the market. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome moment in the market. I'm excited about it. Looking forward to bringing some trade opportunities, guys, some trade ops to you in the back. We call it a trade op. You guys know a trade op is just an opportunity. So that's it. We just catch the line. That's kind of cool. So let's go get them, guys. And let's draw out our specific Fibonacci retracement here. Same issue. Now, this is a little different on the NASDAQ. Let's look back over to the let's look back over to NVIDIA. Okay, let's look back over to NVIDIA real quickly. I want to look at this. We have a lower target, don't we? We do. We went through this. Please review, okay? Review exactly the target I gave you in the back. We're going to figure that into the open tomorrow on NVIDIA. Let's review that, okay, precisely in the back again with the exact target that you were provided earlier today. This weekly is a big deal. It's a big deal, pushing below that. Let's get excited and get into it early, guys, tomorrow. If you're carrying a short down on NVIDIA, congratulations. The 4 hourly has not let go. Look at that pattern. What do you guys think? NVIDIA, what do you think? It's nice. It's nice. It's a topping formation. And here again, you've got support, sure. It's a topping formation, and it's also potentially the flat bottom support ascending. So it's just it's going to be a nice opportunity to watch the wheels in motion. Some of the wheels in motion in the market are literally just, I mean, at some point you have to appreciate that the wheels in motion. I don't know how to exactly say that, but how to say it articulately. But as you would look at what is really going to be designed into the trading opportunities that you have, the topping formation, will it hold with the bullish involvement versus on this specific stock versus the overall broader based concerns coming in as a result of Powell? Is it a designed unique circumstance here that we would when I say the wheels in motion, literally I just should refer to I don't want to get I don't want to point any fingers is what I don't want to do. When the wheels get in motion on this, it'll become very evident what our targets will be. Let's say this, in terms of additional targets, okay, on a breakthrough this pattern, we'll have specific targets. That much is certain. And let's just say this, we're going to be looking for an open. Let's do that. It was easy, so easy today, wasn't it? It was literally so easy today on the open. Did you see the open? It was the easiest open we've had in a number of days on a really red market day. So amidst all of this red, and it was an easy bullish move. Yep, you got it. So let's hit it in tomorrow. Let's have some fun, enjoy the markets, and we'll be in the back. We'll go through some patterns, we'll go through some targets, and I look forward to seeing how this is going to play out. This is nice. That's why we're in the market. It's nice. And a penny for your thoughts, huh? How about that? A penny for your thoughts. We'll see you guys in the back. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Let's go get them. Where are we looking at on Tesla on the weekly? Just as a level of interaction, just a small reminder. Where are we looking at for a level of interaction ultimately on Tesla on the weekly? Just remind yourselves of that. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.